What's up, gamers? Be playing some more Vampyr this video. This is part 15? Part 15. And we're looking for the antidote here. Well, I mean, we've done all the side quests, so... Headache. Did Louise? Okay, let's do the thing at the hospital and then we'll look for Louise, I guess.
I cannot use garlic, but there may be a substitute in the Pembroke Hospital drug storage.
Going into the morgue here once again. Damn, these guys are... He's still not dead. Bet it's gonna be downstairs, but... God damn.
These ones are tough! We have crushed this beast! Spine his teeth! Give us strength!
There it is. Insulin. Much more efficient than garlic against blood poisoning and sepsis, and much less dangerous for me. Thank you, Dr. Polescu.
Best be moving on. Get them weapons ready! We find one! He's mine! It's one of them! He's dead!
It's locked, all right.
Oh, this isn't gonna be easy.
Please get them weapons ready! We found one! Remember your... The beast! Mine! I'll kill it!
That was a little crazy. Okay. Craft a little bit there. Yeah, the only way out is like the way we came, right? Alright, maybe it is time to level up. Before we get into it. I will go visit her first. I don't want her to get sick and then make the district worse off than it is. We need to head up to the west end. Oh, it's raining. Should we? Oh, we do have a quest in the west end too. I don't know if I should just like grit my teeth and try to go through with these fights. Guys keep respawning. Excuse me. Weird route to take here, but wait. Ah, shoot.
They're safe from... See them fancy clothes? This one's a top! It's down! Finish it! Burn, vermin!
She would be... I probably should have stayed in Whitechapel.
Murdering bastard!
I think this game would have been better if the XP wasn't so slow. Because I could wipe the whole map and I'll just barely get 18k.
Turn around, sir.
So it like doesn't make sense to me why it's so slow. And I'm like in the end game here. I'm like, what's the point in slowing everything down at this point? Yeah, and then we've gone through the whole game where like nobody respawns, but like now all of a sudden near the end game, they're like, let's make it to where enemies just respawn as you roam the map.
The Swanborough cordial can be the answer to all your problems.
It's not. Yikes. We know what to do to the scowls at this point. No. Is that her daughter? What's up?
It's
Dr.
locked.
Reed, I am glad to see you again.
Good evening, Miss Price. I'm Dr. Reed. Do you remember me?
Dr. Reed? Yes, of course. You are the doctor who healed me and my mum. Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Good to see you too, Carol. Are you all right?
Oh, yes. I did not hurt myself recently. I know how to take care of myself now. I'm almost a grown-up.
Why are you awake at night, Carol?
I am helping my mother in her shop. It's not easy, but I'm a grown-up now.
I'm sure your mother is grateful for your help.
I do the best I can. But I'm so clumsy sometimes. I drop things. I injure myself. It's a good thing my mother has the patience of an angel.
Why is work not easy? Is something or someone bothering you?
Oh no, most people are gentle with me. But I'm so nervous sometimes. I pay no attention and hurt myself. Good thing my mum learned first aid.
What can you tell me of the people living nearby?
I don't speak to many people, except our customers. It's not easy to make friends. And with the epidemic, it's even more difficult.
What can you tell me about the epidemic?
Some of our regular customers have left London. Some others only send their housemaids now. Everybody fears the contagion. I've even seen men with weapons.
Have you no friends at all?
No. Mr. Nithicut used to pass by and was always nice to me.
Does he not come by anymore?
No. Mum said he was weird. Always reciting poetry about a girl he'd met in Whitechapel. I wonder who this Camellia may be.
Do you enjoy working with your mother?
Oh yes, Doctor. My mother raised me alone after my father died. We've always lived together, and she has always watched over me.
Do you remember your father?
No, I was just a baby then. My mother always told me how strong and good he was.
Do you ever think about getting married now you're a woman?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. Mum always says I'm still a child who has no idea how tough life can be. No husband would like a clumsy girl like me.
Dr. Reed,
Goodbye, Carol.
Good morning.
Good evening, Miss Price.
Good evening,
you
sir.
know you can call me Carolyn.
Carol's gratitude is exemplary. She seems determined never to leave you.
I'm taking care of my daughter as well as I can. It's not always easy, but she's the best gift life gave me.
But she'll probably leave you someday to live her own life. Will that be difficult for you?
Why would she leave? Children sometimes stay with their parents until the end, for they know no one else will love them as much.
Goodbye for now.
I hope you can stay a little longer this time.
Good evening.
My mother...
Goodbye, Cap.
I am sorry, I can't help you, sir. Perhaps you should talk with someone else instead.
Dr. Reed,
I cannot
I am
enter.
glad to see you again.
You should return to a safer place.
Thank you for your sympathy, Doctor.
Goodbye. Whose blood could be purer than that of William Marshall? Lord Redgrave will have to spare me a drop.
Women's right to vote is only the...
Sir, you are not welcome.
I'm still persona non grata in the Ascalon Club. If I want to speak with Lord Redgrave, I'll have to improvise.
This
Oh.
is now my domain, young Echo. Stupid newborn! This is my territory!
I thought it was loaded.
Don't you know better? You feeble.
Oh, what a hacker, dude.
Good evening, Lord Redgrave.
What are you doing here, traitor? I shall smite you for this audacity.
I'm not here to bicker, Lord Redgrave. I can put an end to this epidemic, but I need your assistance to do so.
Good. We've held out thus far, but the time has come to put an end to this crisis. Tell me, what do you need?
The blood of William Marshall.
The blood of William Marshall? Of my maker? Are you mad? This blood is the purest of all. My maker proffered it to me on the battlefield. I cannot hand it to you.
This is more important than the club, you, or me. This is London's last hope.
I see. Well, in that case, given the gravity of the situation, I suppose I can spare you a drop.
Thank you, my lord.
If you manage to save this city, you'll prove yourself a veritable servant of the crown. So Godspeed, Dr. Reed. Our fate lies wholly in your hands.
Well, that was easier than I thought it was gonna be. I thought I was gonna have to kill him.
Women die too in this war. Women.
McCullum, who we turned into a vampire, is going to be at the cemetery in Whitechapel.
Women of all countries unite.
I'm not sure about this one, gamers. I don't know about this one.
Maybe it's time to see this.
Joe, please, I don't have your money.
Burn it, boys! He's dead!
When's the safe room? Oh, here.
Over there! There's one of them vermin! Filthy piece of shit!
I can't believe I'm doing this. If McCullum really drank the blood of King Arthur, then I may have found another vital ingredient for my recipe. Good evening, Vampire Hunter.
Are you here to mock me, Reed?
Not at all, McCullum. I am here because I need you.
Really? I'm intrigued. Speak up, then.
I need the blood of a king. The blood of Arthur. I'm certain you possess it, and I must have it.
The Guard's most sacred and precious relic. Why would you... You found Marshall's memoirs. I should have destroyed that book.
I need the antidote to save this city, McCullum.
It is within me to take your words as truth. I want to, but I must know more. What precisely are your plans?
I have found the carrier, McCullum. The infection's source. It may be science or some supernatural power that's responsible for all this. But I will harness either or both to end the epidemic.
A vampire doctor. My God, you're a terrifying creature. Johnathan Emmett Reed.
Do you not understand? We wanted the same thing from the outset. A means to end this vampire epidemic.
Not enemies. Maybe that is so. Take it then. I see no other hope for this city. If this is some trick, you will be damned, Dr. Reed.
Thank you. Can we speak more?
Indeed. Why not?
Why are you here?
The man who raised me after the brutal murder of my parents. He's buried here.
Were both your parents killed by vampires?
Yes. And yet worse. My father returned to Dublin a vampire and tore out my mother's throat.
Yikes.
And who was this man?
Carl Eldritch. One-time leader of Prewin. He killed my father in front of me. Helped me hunt my brother Ain after teaching me how to kill leeches.
Okay. That's
How are
dark.
you adapting to immortality?
I feel so powerful it gives me shivers. I could be the greatest vampire hunter ever. Your worst nightmare, in truth.
Will you leave the Guard now that you are what you are?
Are we not creatures of deceit? I could hide my nature from my men, or name a successor. Go my own way. I know not yet my path.
Will you hunt me down?
Not for now. But you had better behave, Doctor, or I may change my mind.
Farewell, my progeny.
Do not stretch your luck, Reed.
That was pretty funny though, right? my progeny. Pretty cool how we fought together, though, wasn't it? Yeah, I dig it. Alright, we're gonna head back to Pembroke. Rest. Combine the ingredients.
Done. The blend seems stable. Time to go and find Harriet in the sewers.
Uh-oh. Whitechapel Police, Edgar Swansea, age 45, 6:30 this morning. Familiar figure. His guidance drove the Prendick to new heights. Dr. Reed. Name is surgeons, nowhere to be found to answer our questions. Drastic drop in operation success rate. Uh-oh. Pippa has bronchitis. Dr. Tippett has a headache. They're all dead. They've been dead. Okay. Oh, everybody there is sick. Aloysius Dawson. Chambermaid found him in his bed, bathed in his own blood. Oh my gosh. He was a man of vision. Okay. I mean, if we're gonna finish the game, I think it really matters that we heal anybody right now. Let's stock up. Okay. I think stamina consumption. Yeah, I think we're good. Oh, I gotta go. We're gonna make our way. Level 36, which is good. Yeah, so you kill a pillar of the community. Things go really downhill very fast. So finally, after since 2018, 3 years, might actually finish this game.
Weapons! How we dressed? Looks like it. This is Ascalon's.
Hey! Remember you? No! Almost forgot to kind of like vanish away. Yeah, I'm digging this. So after 3 years, this game came out in 2018. I picked it up on my Xbox One the night it came out. Not too much longer later, I decided I'd pick this up on PC. And then since then, we've kind of kept everything on PC. Dude, this is heartbreaking. This is gonna be like everybody we knew from the docks. They're all dead.
It's locked, all right.
Damn! Two-shot him. That's so mean. My weapons are so ridiculous. Oh, what's up? Shh. Is this going to be like an all-out battle? Is that what we're betting on? Or will I be able to reach Harriet Jones and then it turns into a thing? My bets are it's all-out war. There's no way they can't like sense, like, seems like everyone else in the world knows what's up. Yeah, it's hostile. It's gonna be. I would be surprised if everyone's just
This place has been ransacked.
chilling. Oh, maybe maybe someone's coming and cleaned
They've all been
house.
slaughtered. Pre-one. No, not their style.
Would it be Elizabeth? While I've been screwing around. Dude, this is just blood. Look at this. It's not even bodies. It's just blood. Did they even leave some rats though for me? Not even a few rats.
Where has Harriet gone? She must have left a trail I could follow.
Oh, is this her trail? Not a very good trail, guys.
Where is old Bridget? Damn. If I'd come earlier, they would still be alive.
Maybe. Oh, the maker wants to chat, huh? What's up, dude?
Take not a step further, child, for you are unprepared.
You, at last. I wondered when you would show your face again. Step away. We have nothing to discuss.
Desist, child. You cannot confront the monstrosity unleashed upon this land without due preparation. I shall not allow it.
All right. But no more riddles. Enough of the obscure songs and prophecies. I ask questions, and you answer them.
My words have been as clear as crystal lakes, my child. You seem unwilling to drink, to listen, to learn.
What is your true appearance?
I do not understand. This is who I am.
Blood? You are made of blood. Surely you are joking.
Why would I? And no, I'm not made of blood. I am blood. Blood is what I am since my birth and for eternity.
But who are you really? Tell me your name.
I am your maker. I am the servant of the Red Goddess and protector of this land. I have many names.
Just give me one, then.
There are those who call me Myrddin Wild, the Wild Horned Man. But I never was a man. I was born out of blood.
Why did you choose me?
Only you could provide a modern, scientific answer to this ancient, mystical threat.
What kind of modern answer?
Disease, contagion, and contamination. How they course through veins is your dominion, my child. Your choices have made you. Only you can save this land.
Speak to me of this ancient threat.
The blood of hate, vessel of the wrath of the goddess. When she awakens, a disaster will be born into this world, for she is hunger and anger.
I'm here to stop Harriet Jones. She is the original carrier. The well from which this corruption flows.
I have heard you, but be wary. Harriet Jones's mind is no more. She has metamorphosed into an apocalypse. Born from, drenched in, and driven by the blood of hate.
Tell me about this disaster creature. I know London fell victim to such a thing in 1666.
A disaster is pure anger born through blood. Its name means bad star, for they only appear when our queen unleashes her unquenchable wrath upon the world.
And who is this queen?
She is the Red Goddess, the Queen of Blood. In my youth, 100 lifetimes ago, she was worshipped as the Morrigan. She is my mother. She is yours, too.
The Morrigan? The Celtic goddess of war? Is this a ruse of some kind?
She has been worshipped in many forms throughout the ages. The true nature of the Red Queen is beyond your comprehension, eluding even mine. But know this, she is a vengeful mother.
So the disaster is some sort of accident. A disease vampires carry dormant in their blood, waiting to emerge.
That's your modern answer. But a disaster is at the same time both less and more.
Tell me what it is then, in your own words.
A disaster is the pure will of our queen. Whenever she dreams of walking this earth, she awakes in this putrid vessel.
What is the blood of hate?
It is the curse of the goddess. It is the hunger in you, the need for blood, the will to strike and to punish, to spit in the eye of God.
I only wish to know how to put an end to this epidemic.
To perform an act so noble, you must protect yourself from its poisonous kiss, my child.
I know. McCullum used such a serum when trying to kill me. However, I have produced a more efficacious version of the antidote.
Your final task awaits you at the end of these tunnels. I've known for ages you were worthy of this challenge, my champion, Bittersweet.
Will it be over then? Once I've defeated this creature?
Yes. The threat will dissipate like so much smoke, for you will have purified its source.
And then what? What will become of me?
How would I know? I am no god, and your fate is in your own hands. For you are our champion.
What will happen thereafter? What future awaits me beyond these dark tunnels?
Your fate, my child, and the fate of this land. A disaster is about to enter this world to smite us all and teach us humility. You are our final home.
You tricked me. My sister died for your schemes. I have brought suffering and tragedy into this world. I am not, nor will I ever be your champion.
Very soon you'll come to know that sacrifice is sometimes necessary. I understand the grudge a child bears towards his father and mother. Be brave, my child.
Wow. I don't even know what to say, really.
These poor skulls didn't stand a chance.
Oh, I'm sick. So sick. Doctor, help me, please.
Oh
I'm
no.
in such pain.
I'll be glad to be of assistance.
Ah, like your help, Doris. Liars, all of you.
Puking into the water supply, maybe, yeah?
I've been such a bad mother. But the Queen herself forgave me. Gave me another chance.
Harriet, you must stop all of
Is that a
this.
boob?
I can't let you infect
This is
anyone
weird,
else.
guys.
Dare you interfere with the Red Queen's plans, Doctor? How can you stop the course of nature?
Here we go. Oh shit.
I was a good mother. Liar!
Oh my god. This is gross.
I think it is. Oh, how infinitely, how intensely, how irredeemably are you all going to suffer now?
Ah, shit.
Give me more! They are so young, so tasty! Blood, feed me, give me their lives! I will reap the last innocence, abundant guilt, red the girl.
Uh-oh. Which... Oh, we're still using crap serums? No.
Give me more! They are so young, so tasty!
Got her.
Do you think your champion defeated me, my child?
No one could ever defeat you, mother of us all, for you are our every root and leaf.
You've always been my most amusing son.
Then go back to sleep, my queen, and smile at us from your dreams.
Did they feel my wrath? Have they suffered enough?
More than ever, mother of us all.
Until the next time.
Until the next time.
So it's over then, young Ekon. You have put an end to this terrible menace.
Old Bridget? What are you doing here?
This is my realm, Ekon. This is Suaskal territory.
But they were all massacred by the monstrosity that Harriet became.
Others will come, engendered by deceitful vampires. I don't mean you, of course.
I thought you'd been slaughtered, with all the other Suaskals.
I was up above, in search of help when Harriet suddenly turned into that thing. I have no idea what it was.
It's all over now. The epidemic has been stopped.
Yes, you prevailed in the end. I hope you'll forgive me for the way I treated you when first you presented yourself at our gate.
No need to apologize, really.
Perhaps there will be no stories told or songs sung of what happened here today. But I'll know the truth. Johnathan Reed, newborn vampire, stepped forward and saved us all.
I'm honored to be part of this city's legend. Thank you, old Bridget. May I ask you just one question?
How could I refuse you anything now? I'll answer just as I answered Lady Ashbury when we met a few nights ago.
Who are you? Really?
I was born with the name Bridget Eleanor Wellington. In 1738, my beloved and immortal husband decided to preserve my beauty and youth forever by making me drink his blood.
You were Lord Redgrave's wife. Then the pompous fool rejected you, did he not?
It was about 200 years ago. Peace found me in time. And I sincerely hope it will find you too, now that all is over.
No, it's not over. I may have ended the vampire epidemic, but I still need answers from the woman I love.
I feared you would say that. Go then, young Ekon, and face your fate. Just remember that I'll always be here for you.
London has been cleansed. This catastrophe came about when an ancient malignant will crossed paths with mortal imprudence. For now, we are safe. For now. My craving for blood remains. Red like hate, red like hunger, red as life and death, passing from one immortal to another, from predator to victim, patiently biding its time to rise again. London has been cleansed for now, but there's a simmering hatred, fear, and old grudges. When will we succumb, mortals and immortals alike? The next disaster is only a matter of time. My only hope now is to catch the woman I love, to understand why she fled, and unmask the secret that has been lurking in her blood for so long. Well, this is it. Lady Ashbur's domain. Why am I not surprised it's not on any maps? I'd better hurry.
Healthy carrier.
Beautiful morn, my child. It looks like dawn is here at long last.
Can't you just leave me alone? Your precious queen has been sent back to the bottomless pit from whence she came. The nightmare is almost over.
I am here to say goodbye. The sun's warmth exhausts me. Soon I will rejoin my queen in her endless sleep. It is over. You did well.
Why did Harriet Jones become a disaster?
You are the doctor. You hold the knowledge needed to answer such a question. Have you the answer?
I noticed that all the Icors were female, as if a male couldn't endure the metamorphosis. Harriet was also a bitter and resentful woman, as was her daughter.
If the Morrigan prefers despoiled women to become the vessels of her wrath, we should be thankful that but one disaster hath been cast upon this wobbling world.
Icors seem to carry various diseases. They did not merely turn people into skulls. Their presence alone spreads death.
Who knows whether the Red Queen awakens when cursed mortals endure such epidemics, or if the contagions emerge like a curse as she awakes.
So our beloved mother will just go back to sleep, now that enough people have suffered. Is that it?
No, Johnathan. The Morrigan has been appeased because you dared confront her. You have prevailed, my bittersweet champion.
And what are you to her? Her counterpart? Her opponent in some timeless game?
She is my mother, my dreadful and sour-tempered mother. She is yours too, in a way, but you are not born from her terrible womb like me. You are but a distant child.
What does she seek? Revenge? Retribution?
She seeks nothing, since she only dreams of it. In the ancient tongue, when I was young, her name meant ghostly queen. Pray she never fully awakens, for her wrath knows no bounds.
This is not over. I am here to find the true origin of the blood of hate.
'Tis unwise to interfere with a tale rooted so deeply in the suffering of others.
What will become of the vampire hunters?
In their leader, you now have a spy behind enemy lines. By guiding your progeny, you may yet protect your immortal friends for some time to come. If you dare.
What will happen to Ascalon? Will you let them run the country from the shadows?
I don't interfere with petty political intrigues. Ascalon was built upon the lie of a lineage. Such a deceit cannot last forever.
But Lord
That's
Redgrave
true.
definitely possessed Marshall's blood. Untainted blood from the greatest vampire knight.
Really? I wonder how he managed to acquire it. Perhaps I should retrieve this artifact before going back to sea.
What will become of the Brotherhood?
The Brotherhood is as wise as it is ancient. You have nothing to fear from it.
I am not afraid.
Do you truly think they are merely scholars poring over dusty books? The stole of St. Paul wielded faith sufficient to cast a dragon into the abyss.
That is just a legend.
Am I not a legend? Are you not about to become one yourself?
No. I must know why Elizabeth fled here when I discovered she was the original healthy carrier.
No, she is not what you say she is. That is a secret you will discover soon enough.
Uh-oh.
You? Why are you here? Which new thread of which old twisted plan are you seeking to pull now? Tell me the truth.
I am just here to salute my sons and to bid them fare thee well.
Your sons? Plural? My God, will you ever stop speaking in riddles?
Perhaps I am too old for your spoken language. Perhaps you now have so many subtle words you no longer hear the simplest ones.
When he fought me, Geoffrey McCullum used a serum made of King Arthur's blood. Since then, I have discovered that it was vampire blood. Whose blood was it?
You just said it. It was the blood of a king. The blood of the champion I chose to save this land in its time of greatest peril.
King Arthur was also your progeny. Why am I not surprised?
Yes, he was. But he failed in the end. And for centuries the land suffered his defeat.
Tell me about William Marshall. Why is his blood so strong?
He is not stronger than you, only older. You are strong, Johnathan Reed. A champion of your time, chosen to defeat a threat spawned of this generation.
Is he here? Is William Marshall here? Is that why you're here now, too?
Have I not already answered that question?
His blood was not tainted. The blood Lord Redgrave possessed. That which I used in the serum. But what if it had been?
Then you would have failed, I suppose. For the blood of hate would have corrupted you too.
Who are your sons? Why do you bid them farewell now?
You are my son, as is William Marshall.
This is madness. How many have you created? Who else? Shakespeare? Isaac Newton? Alfred the Great? Francis Drake? Thomas More? Guy Fawkes?
My progeny is scarce, for I rarely feel the urge to protect this land anymore. But yes, one of those you named is your immortal brother. Maybe you should meet one night.
Yikes.
So that is all we are to you. Puppets you create to defeat some threat born from a dreaming devil.
No. You are my sons. I am proud of you. I mourn when you fail.
Speak clearly then, and answer my last question.
What is it?
Did I defeat the epidemic?
Now you've found the castle, Johnathan Reed. Only you can answer that. Farewell, my child. I shall dream about you soon.
It's locked, all right. The castle walls look decrepit. Maybe I can find a way to sneak in. I cannot enter. The lady of the manor isn't expecting visitors. Maybe it's just my imagination, but I think I smell Elizabeth's perfume. She must be here somewhere.
Dear Lady Ashbury, thanks for your recent letter. Good news it contained. I want to finally meet when you arrive in London. Garden is beautiful under the summer sky. I know you wish to avoid heat and direct sunlight because of your frail health. Welcome any day. We'll discuss this wonderful idea of yours, laying the foundation of an orphanage for young ladies inspired by the French Maison Royale de Saint-Louis. Sadly closed when the French people chose, my God. Even write these words down. Cut their king's head off. Such a place destined to provide a good education, gifted but poor orphan girls. Really excite my friends here in the city. Count on me, my influence to help make your project a huge success. So, 1865.
I cannot enter.
With my baby. Johannes Vermeer. Dear Mr. McAllister, 1795, new legal owner of the Ashbury estate, intend to quickly engage in overdue maintenance. Repairs and walls in the crypt of the castle among the few architects I invited to send forth proposals. Most impressed by your respectful approach concerning renovations on historical buildings and preservation. Be glad to meet you at your convenience. Speak to you directly, not your assistants. Any evening in next month would be agreeable. You may come to the castle. Meet you at your office. If you agree to come to the castle, I could show you kind of repairs or modifications I have in mind concerning the crypt. May need considerable work and reconstruction.
Like most castles, this one has a crypt. And it holds something special inside.
Portrait of Johnathan Reed, 1918.
Elizabeth, my love. You allow my portrait to watch over you while you sleep. I'm flattered. This castle is falling apart.
Lady Ashbury in Paris, 1888. I feel like I'm exploring Dracula's castle right now.
That sweet fragrance. Elizabeth's perfume. She was here, and recently.
That massive fireplace. Right, to confirm that my men, Iverness, 18th of April, 1907. At your castle Monday to begin new work on crypt and access. Plans been approved. I'll personally be on site to supervise the installation of the logs. Security measures you have requested. Assure you that my men have been briefed about never entering the crypt itself or the second floor of the castle. Proud to continue and enhance the work started by my great-grandfather when employed by your ancestor in 1795. Huh. Interesting. So, recent renovations. Vincent van Gogh, I had a feeling. 1885. Elizabeth and Jacob Blackwood in Versailles, 1788. Dunbarrow Sanatorium, Scotland, 1909. Thank you for your previous letters. Ardent discussions on vampire folklore. It's now obvious. Share an opinion concerning scientific and modern approach toward the need for blood and cure of addiction. Confess I admired your charitable attitude when I met you at the Dunbarrow Sanatorium. Still impressed by your kindness when I was talking humble and poor patients. Delighted to read about the position of administrator at Pembroke. You financed since its founding. For a few days of deliberation, I'm happy to accept your offer. It will be for me an occasion to get back to the busy streets of London after years of public service in the beautiful but far quieter Scotland. Be glad to meet you there and discuss with you further about immortality, its advantages, disadvantages, how to enhance your condition. Look forward to our next meeting. Dr. Edgar Swansea. Interesting.
This painting looks suspicious. This painting looks suspicious.
Oh my gosh. Here's a painting of the Red Queen. These are the doors I came through. Iverness 2, February 1807. Dear Miss Ashbury, as communicated, you asked for a conveyance. Large coffin from Temple Church, London, to the crypt of the Ashbury Castle in Scotland. Happy to report request has finally been validated. Drivers have informed that security reasons guards must always protect the coffin. You have hired these individuals who will be waiting for us in London. Also have been informed should the carriage try to pass the river by boat, but always by road and bridges. The precious wood and the relics inside the coffin cannot be exposed to humidity and moisture. Find a detailed quote for the entire operation contained attached to this letter. We're ready to go to London as soon as payments received in full. Samuel Lewis, independent contract. Sounds very, very much like how Dracula ended.
A sword and a moon are the symbols I should look for.
Sword and moon.
What are these symbols? I can feel a mechanism, but it doesn't work. One last switch, and... voila.
Oh boy. Ancient Tome, 1217. Angel came to me. Must be a god. Michael appeared to me last night in all his glory, shaped in glorious blood. Grant me eternal life at the dusk of my life. Apparition was so sublime and terrible that I could not help but lower my head and close my eyes. Struck by the divine gift, I fell to the ground only to awake the next night. You will serve me as you served your kings, said the angel before striking me with all his power. You will protect this land through the eons to come. For all who knew me, I should now hide and retreat. They consider me dead. Soon I will leave the company of men to serve my new purpose. Blessed be God. 1350, Michael appeared to me last night in my retreat under the temple church and asked me to prepare for battle. Land must be saved. Death is everywhere. The Black Death, an epidemic sent by the devil himself to punish mortals all over the world. My arm is strong. In the name of God, I shall smite the enemies of mankind. England shall prevail. 1569. It's almost 20 years since my fight started against the devil, and the end is uncertain. From time to time, the plague, the Black Death, reappears in a village and a town, and each time the vicious minions of hell approach, get their share of the mortal suffering. Vampires, dreadful creatures, won't let this land collapse. Till my last breath, I'll serve and protect England. Tonight, in the small village of Hoddesdon, I met the most delicate soul I've seen for a long time. She was singing for the dead, singing for those she knew and loved, those killed by a new plague outbreak without fearing for her own life. Her voice moved me, so I chose to let her live, offered her eternal life as a reward for her virtue and most pious attitude. Her name is Elizabeth Englewood. I'm not alone anymore. Together we shall praise God in all his glory for the eons to come. 1618, heart is breaking, soul is bleeding. Tonight my dear Elizabeth left me. I've taught her all I know, all she needed to know. Now she must walk her own path through the ages. This is her wish and I will respect it. My sweet daughter is gone. For now she wants to be known as Elizabeth Blackwood. I made her a promise if she ever comes back to Hoddesdon, she will find me there, managing the Bull Inn our parents owned before dying. William Marshall shall disappear for a few times too, now that the Black Death is no more. When we meet again, I shall be known as William Thorne. Waiting for my angel to come back. Devil is at work again. The great plague is back, reaping thousands of lives in London. I must sell the Bull Inn and go there. Once more, William Marshall shall protect the land. What have I done? I let the devil infect me. God forgive me, a terrifying creature. I to defeat was a demon straight from hell, an abomination of the flesh. A walking apocalypse. I had to trap the dreadful creature in St. Paul's Church. And set the building on fire. Without the advice of Michael, I don't know if I could have defeated my enemy. The flames cleansed the city of the demon's presence, but half of London burnt down. Ever since I've dreamt of a red flood of slaughter and rage. Like the disaster has tamed my blood, my very soul. For the first time in centuries, I'm afraid I shall crawl back to my retreat and pray God for mercy for my infected soul. Elizabeth came to me. She said she felt my pain, rushed to save me. Poor daughter, blinded by rage, intoxicated by the blood of hate. I bid her. She fled, shocked by my betrayal. I laughed and cried as she cursed me. God, have I betrayed you? Have you abandoned me? My prayers have been heard. I found the strength to resist the need for blood, never-ending hunger. Poor Elizabeth, will you ever forgive me? Or do you now kill and take pleasure in bloodbath? This new progeny of yours, you're a victim. In all this, what have I done? I swear I'll find a way to make amends for what I've done to you, for I shall only rest once I know how to appease the blood of hate. 1785, Brotherhood of St. Paul's Soul finally agreed to meet me in London. Choose a place where the disaster, place where I fell, disaster in the stars, in which to spread death. Primate of St. Paul wrote back to me. Pure of angels, yeah, we know about that. Cleanse a blackened soul and purify my blood. Took me more than 100 years. Necessary ingredients to create the artifact: blood of the purest heart mixed with the blood of a king. Essence of garlic, cleanse my soul. 1786. My God. Finally managed to gather all the ingredients needed to concoct the Tear of Angels. Months of impatient. Waited again. Elizabeth came to me. As promised, I'd chained myself. Be sure I would not attack her again. Not recognized my sweet daughter at first, for she only was Lady Blackwood now, dreadful mistress of the dark who took delight in slaughter and carnage in France. She smirked as I apologized and cried for what I had inflicted to her. She shouted at me when I tried to explain to her that my bite had infected her, that given her the blood of hate now burning in her veins and her soul. Told her I had found a cure. I managed to create one dose of antidote, gave it to her to give her back her previous peaceful life. In exchange, I only asked her to take care of me, for I intended to be locked down in my tomb, chained if necessary to impeach me, feeding on a mortal or immortal. She reluctantly took the Tear of Angels and left. To see her again soon, cured and at peace. 1794. cured, healthy, joyful Elizabeth. She told me she had drunk the antidote about a year ago in France after witnessing taking part in a massacre of an entire orphanage caused by the blood of hate. When Lady Blackwood died, she promised she would take care of me now. That's all I asked. Dearest daughter came back last week to tell me the good news. She bought a castle in Scotland. She will soon finance the renovation of the castle crypt to provide me a new retreat, far from temptation, far from the noisy crowded cities. Can't wait to embrace the solitude, find the peace I need, refrain from killing. God, please give me the strength to resist the urges during the journey. London to my new domain. Before I leave, I should give a copy of these memoirs to the Brotherhood of St. Paul's Soul, without the most shameful and sensible information, of course. Soon I shall leave London to pursue my penance there. I shall find peace at last with the support of my resuscitated Elizabeth. Who are we talking about here?
Drop your sword, Father. You have nothing to be afraid of.
Shall we abandon this then? Shall we lower our heads?
No, never. You taught me that.
Blood is approaching. Old but young. How strange. Shall I drink it? Smite it?
No, Father. He is a friend. Please, rest. I'll take care of it.
Caution, Elizabeth. Deceit runs through these veins.
I know, Father. What took you so long, Johnathan?
Had to save the world. Sorry.
Is this really him?
Yes. This is William Marshall, 1st Earl of Pembroke, servant of 5 mortal kings, former regent and savior of England. The greatest knight who ever lived, according to some.
And you called him father?
For he gave me eternal life, and much more.
I have so many questions, Elizabeth.
You always had questions, Dr. Reed.
Now that I stand before you both, in this vault, I know not where to begin.
We still have a few minutes left.
Where are we? What is this place?
This is the Ashbury estate. I inherited the title when I purchased the castle.
Is this your retreat? Something of a secret place?
It's more of a sanctuary, really. This is where I take care of my father. Ever since he became unwell.
Are you not afraid someone might discover you here? It's not that hard to find.
Do not assume that I would hesitate to silence anyone who tried to reveal my secret. Fortunately, it has rarely come to that.
Why did you flee here?
When you told me I was the healthy carrier, I had nowhere else to go.
You mean you had to return to the real source of this scourge?
Yes, to end it, once and for all.
Will you go back to London?
No, Johnathan. I do not intend to.
And what of your daughter?
Charlotte is a strong, independent woman who's about to come into money. I took care of everything. Now it's time for her to shape her future.
I have destroyed the disaster, this creature that Harriet Jones had become. The epidemic is no more, and London will recover. In time.
The city has suffered, but it will prevail in the end.
A more cynical analysis would be that this is an acceptable catastrophe.
I cannot bear knowing I was the cause of all this, through the use of my own blood.
No. This catastrophe was the result of unethical experimentation, and the will of a creature so inexplicably evil. She exceeds all the terrible wonders I have seen since my death.
But it was my blood all along. My corrupted blood of hate. The poisoned blood of my father. A healthy carrier. That's all I am.
Why are you hiding William Marshall here?
How could I not take care of him? He sacrificed himself by giving me the only dose of antidote he had.
He gave you the antidote?
Yes. And in doing so, he knew he'd have to be confined here. And yet he volunteered. That's how great a man William Marshall was. And still is.
What do you do for him?
I visit him as often as possible. I paint the landscapes he will never see again. I feed him with my blood.
You feed him? You barely sustain yourself on the weak blood of the dying, yet you give him your blood?
After he saved me from the blood rage, I swore I would never kill to feed. He said the same.
Is he dangerous?
What do you think? He is a thirsty Ekon, who has not fed in centuries. An elder vampire, driven by an urge to kill and spread the blood of hate.
No redemption, then?
And yet he thinks he has been offered immortality by the angels to protect the feeble and to smite the unholy.
Hey, that's what I thought I was.
Sometimes he even seems like the noble knight who saved and raised me. But you know, the malice never fully leaves his eyes.
We could cure him.
It's too late. The blood of hate has run for too long. The antidote would not work on him. I tried. Believe me, I tried.
William Marshall infected you. He is the true, original carrier.
Yes. But he saved me by sacrificing himself.
Saved you? How?
The tears of angels. The cleansing of impure blood by an older, more powerful blood. It worked on me, did it not?
Yes. Blood is the definitive key to our species. Scowls, cleansing, lineage. Do you really think it worked?
It has, Johnathan. I was nothing but a beast who took pleasure in slaughter. I roamed across Europe, reaping my bloody crop. It was the blood of hate. But my father's antidote cured me.
How did you meet William Marshall?
He was an Ekon for centuries when he found me. He saved me from certain death by making me his progeny.
Why did he choose you?
You should ask him that.
Did you ever blame him?
Not even when he was infected and bit me. He is my father. He raised me. He taught me how to behave.
Who are you, really?
How could I answer that? I went through many lives and identities to reach this day. To you, I am Elizabeth Ashbury, and that's all I wish to be.
I understand. And I respect your desire for privacy.
Thank you, Johnathan.
What about us?
What do you mean?
You know my feelings towards you, Elizabeth. But you left without a word. So I'm worried about your feelings towards me.
I love you, Johnathan. I've loved you since the moment I saw you rescue poor Mr. Hampton in that filthy slaughterhouse. Forgetting the danger as you turned your back, like the newborn fool you were.
You should have told me.
No, Johnathan. The William Marshall myth lies at the heart of so many hostile plans. I could not risk jeopardizing his safety.
So why did you come here? You knew I would follow you. I can't let you go.
Because I know now the blood of hate is still in my veins. No one but I can put an end to this tragedy.
I can help you. You can trust me, Elizabeth.
I know, Johnathan. You have been the most loyal ally these last few weeks. But this is my duty.
Would your protege agree to speak with me? I have so many questions for him.
Go on, Johnathan. But be careful.
Yes?
Sir William. My God. You really are William Marshall. You served Richard the Lionheart and his brother, King John. It is such a privilege to meet you.
I did in my day. Come closer if you want to speak. For my hearing isn't what it used to be.
I think your hearing is fine, sir.
What is it you want then?
I found and defeated the disaster that was threatening to smite London. You should know that the city is safe for now, Sir William.
Then may I call you brother? Did you resist its poison? Even a scratch from a beast so evil could endanger you and all those you care for.
You also defeated one in 1666. Who was it?
She was a malicious witch who spread plague throughout the city with her army of rats. She had been hiding in a bakery in Pudding Lane for months when I finally found her.
No way.
How did you defeat it?
We fought for hours. In the end, I had to lock her in St. Paul's Cathedral and burn the building down. I wanted to be sure she was destroyed.
I found your research on the antidote. The Tears of the Angels. What ingredients did you use?
Once I understood what the ingredients were, I used the tears of King Richard and the pure blood of the valiant Boadicea.
King Richard and Boadicea? How did you find such relics?
It took me many years to locate their hiding place. Then I had to learn the formula. If I recall, it belonged to an ancient brotherhood. The Order of St. Paul, I believe.
And did it work?
Yes. The tears cleansed my poor Elizabeth's blackened heart. It was such a blessing to see her smile again.
The blood of hate. How does it affect you? Do you feel it now?
The blood of hate? Yes. Nothing more than a sneeze, really. A sneeze held for so long, you could blow a fortress down if you released it.
Can we speak about the Morrigan?
The Red Queen? What of her?
You met her, did you not?
Just once, but she never ceased to sing to me. I love her song. It is a song of blood and war. I only wish she would sometimes let me rest.
Do you know who she is?
I don't want to discuss this in front of my sweet Elizabeth.
Why?
For a time, she too could hear the Red Song. The steps she danced to its melody brought pain upon the world.
I would like to ask you about vampires.
Vampires? What about them?
Considering your experience, please tell me what you know.
They are terrible creatures. I have seen and fought many in my time. Foul temptresses with sharp claws and shrieking beaks.
I have never seen such a creature. What are you talking about?
Of course you've never seen a creature like them. Vampires are deadly, swift and implacable.
Where did you encounter such creatures?
The last time I saw one was in a Celtic temple near Salisbury. A terrible and god-forsaken place full of ghosts and pestilence.
Do you remember Myrddin, your maker?
Only God is my maker, for he created everything on this earth. He blessed me with eternal life through his archangel, Michael.
But Myrddin, Michael, is a vampire. He made you a blood-sucking creature of the night.
Blood, yes. I used to drink it from the throats of the unworthy. Then I was punished for my deceit. During my penance, I rely entirely upon my sweet Elizabeth.
How did you meet Elizabeth?
Times were tough. I had awakened to protect the land from a new plague. I heard her sing for her dead family. Singing for her death to come. I chose to save her.
When was that?
It was so long ago. A few years after Elizabeth of England and Catherine of France established their alliance against Spain.
What did you do?
I raised her as my progeny. After she left to see the world, I rebuilt her deceased parents' inn. Owned it as William Thorne for a time. Those were good years.
Tell me about Elizabeth. How was she infected?
I do not wish to discuss it.
Please, Sir William. I need to know what the blood of hate is. How is it transmitted?
After defeating a disaster in St. Paul's Cathedral, I returned to my retreat, infected. This is where my sweet Elizabeth found me, for she heard my pain from across the sea.
Where is this retreat you mentioned?
In London, under Temple Church, beneath my empty tomb. I always loved to sleep there while listening to the bell above.
That was that secret passage I couldn't get into.
What happened then?
The blood of hate had twisted me into a rage-filled man. I attacked my progeny and infected her too. Forgive me, Elizabeth. I failed you.
You bit her again? Is that how she was infected with the disaster's blood? I think I understand now.
Elizabeth fled, and I fell to my knees, begging for forgiveness. I swore I would find a way to make things right.
This voice acting is amazing.
Did you really sacrifice yourself to save her?
That was the only righteous path. The blood of hate made me betray her. I am at peace here. I can think about what I've done and how I failed.
Do you not want to be cured?
No. This hunger is mine. I would feel empty without it. It has been part of me for so long. All I want is quiet. Silence.
You agreed to be confined here, then?
Yes. Once I was sure she was cured, I asked to be locked down here. I deserve it. The world needs it.
We could set you free. Let you out. Isn't that what you want?
I pray for the day I'll see the sky again. I have all but forgotten its colors. I could walk and do so many things beneath the stars. But I doubt it will be wise to release me.
Then will you stay here and repent?
Elizabeth told me it will not be long now. I cannot wait to feel the sweet caress of her hand on my cheek after so long, as she releases me. Has the time come?
Yes, Father.
Why not unleash me then? To see the sky a final time?
You already are the sky, and all its stars.
I'm not defeated, for I welcome the sword you bear, for it is mine.
You were never defeated, my lord. Farewell, Father. And to you also, Johnathan.
No.
What do you mean?
I can't stand what I've become. This healthy carrier, as you put it. The flames will purify the poison that runs in my veins.
No! I won't allow this to happen.
I am death, Johnathan. Wherever I go, I can't stand it.
I am Dr. Johnathan Reed, champion of Myrddin, chosen to save England from the vampire epidemic. I could cure you.
What do you mean?
We are creatures of blood, Elizabeth. Everything about us is in our blood. With time, I could perfect the antidote William Marshall gave you. Trust me, for time is on our side.
Oh.
That is a risk I cannot take, Johnathan. I won't bring another such disaster into this world.
Elizabeth, no. Trust me. I can save you.
How could I trust you, Johnathan? Have you not betrayed me?
I had choices to make.
I forgive you, and that is my choice.
Elizabeth, I love you.
Then let me go now.
Wait! No!
Oh, man. No, dude. A whole life. An immortal life to just think about the one that got away.
For the summoned, called by this song. Child born from darkness, whose path he must find. Now the song is sung, and your path chosen. England is safe, but the cost was dire. Blood and tears, both parched by cleansing flames. You've lost your way, my champion bittersweet. I am moved to pity as I feel your rampant rage void of purpose or meaning. My queen sleeps once again, and I'll soon join her slumber. Until alas, she rises, woken by the hunger never fed.
Taste for blood. Well, gamers, that's it. Only took me 3 years to play, get through this backlog here. This game's good. I like it. It's another Dontnod hidden masterpiece. This one and Remember Me are just super underrated, and I don't know, just beautiful. All right, we'll let the credits roll and give some final thoughts. If there's any end scenes, we'll check that out, and we'll wrap up the video. I want to thank you for watching this 15-part series here. Alright, voice production. Anthony Howell. Wow, look at these people just like voicing. Literally everyone. That's some versatility there. And all these voices sounded so different too, which is what's crazy. That's wild. Well, that's it, gamers. Like this video if you found it helpful, informative, entertaining. If you enjoyed our Vampyr playthrough, let me know in the comments down below. If there's any other games you'd like me to play, please feel free to suggest. I want to thank you for watching this 15-part series here. I really enjoyed this game. For further reference, I invite you to read the book Dracula by Bram Stoker. There is also a Dracula series on Netflix that is quite good, and the Castlevania Animated anime on Netflix is also quite good as well, and they were things that I enjoyed watching over the years and reading and such as I played this game. And completing the book Dracula just a few days ago was really perfect timing to wrap up this game and give it more meaning. So thank you guys for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Take care.